Welcome to Coco's training session. Exercise, expecting mistakes, and look at me. All right, here's how we do it. No negative reinforcement. Do not yell at the dog. This is what I suggest when I've done with my dog. Do not say no. Do not use his name in an angry way. Everything is redirection into the positive. Make him feel that whatever he does, he'll always succeed. If he does something wrong, make him look at you. If he does something right, make him look at you. If you want to make him do something right, make him look at you. Everything starts with looking at you, into sitting, staying, and looking at you. Here's an example. Coco. Good. You say yes. We mark that with yes, so he knows he feels good. Then we use his name, draw attention to our face with our finger. Look. Yes. Look. Coco. Yes. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 seconds. We say yes. That's a marker. Yes. He learns to associate the word yes said in a positive, nice way. So he knows he's done a good job. Immediately give him some treats. This is done with exercise. This is what the exercise looks like. Come. Coco, come. Come. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's it. Come. Let's go. Come. That's it. When the dog is exercised, the dog is ready to learn. If you don't exercise the dog first, the dog will not learn. So exercise first, train second. I've been exercising the dog for 20 minutes before this video. Look. That's it. Good. Everything is look. Use the finger up at your face like this. Look. It's okay. Expecting mistakes. He's not a circus animal. Look. Look. Coco, look. Good. Okay. When the dog is looking at you, he cannot run into the street. He cannot be aggressive. He cannot be a bad dog. Just make him look at you. Don't yell at the dog for any bad behavior. Redirect into the positive. Look. Coco. Coco. Look. Got my finger up on my face, as you can see here. Look. That's it. Good boy. That's a jackpot reward. You only need tiny little bits. I'm using an eighth of this size. Tiny little bits. Look. Coco. Look. Good boy. Notice he's also sitting and giving attention at the same time. You cannot do this outside. You must start doing this inside and then move on to outside. Okay? There's distractions outside. Slowly do this. Let's try it one more time. Let's go. Come. Watch this video many times over. Watch this video many times over. Come, Coco. Come. Good. Notice we keep the leash on so we can control the dog. One-handed retractable leashes cannot do this. Keep the dog's attention on you, and having a leash on all the time gives you control over the dog. Always make the dog chase you. Always make the dog chase you. You do not chase the dog. Never chase the dog. Make the dog chase you. That's a 3-minute, 10-second video. Good luck. Okay, welcome to step 2. Step 2 is who's in charge. The way that you show that you're in charge in order to lead the dog, not through aggression, but through positive reinforcement. Everything is positive reinforcement. Everything is positive reinforcement. Get the dog to look at you. So specifically, whenever you walk through a doorway, you walk through the doorway first, at home or anywhere else. Letting the dog lead means that the dog is in control, and that will lead to bad behavior. You walk through every doorway first. Here's how we do it. Come. Look. Sit. Sit down. Bring the food back towards his face. It makes him sit automatically. Good. I'm using a fist like this is what I use in my dog. It's also for sitting. I'm holding treats here too. Make the dog sit. That's it. Look. Look. Finger up at the face, right? This is a review from lesson 1. This is lesson 2. Okay. Coco, look. He's already sitting. We like that. Okay, moving on to the lesson. Here we go. I'm going to open this door. I'm going to expect he's going to want to go through, but I'm going to train him to wait until I walk through first. Here's how we do it. You open the door a little bit. Stop. Look. Redirect into the positive. Look. Sit down. Good boy. Now, this is going to get faster, but generally, you want to do this within 3 seconds. If you don't do this within 3 seconds, like I just did, the dog will forget what it is that you're trying to reinforce. You got to be quick. Stay here. Don't move. Try it again. Open the door. I go through the door first. He comes through second. Come. Good boy. Yes. We do it right away. right away. He knows that I went through first, and he was rewarded for that. Let's go. Come. Let's try again. One more time. Good. Go back to the basics. Take a step back. Look, look, look. That's it. Look, look, look. That's it. Look. 1, 2. Oh, look, look, look. Broke there for a second. 1. Look, look. Coco, look. Good. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. We'll try it again. Here we go. Open the door. I go through first. Coco, stay. 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 Come, Coco. Go, go, go. Come, Coco. Come, come. Let's go. Good boy. Coco. Coco. Come, come, come. Almost. Coco. Okay. He didn't come through, but that's fine. He's a little bit afraid. That's fine. We go back to basics. Take a step back. Expect to take a step back all the time. We go back to basics. Look, look, look. Look, look. Look, look. Sit. Look. Coco. 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 Sit. Look. Look. Yes. Even if he looks at you for just half a second, that counts. That counts. Okay, good. You're taking a step back. Let's try it one more time. One more time. Here we go. Opening the door. Come on, Coco. Come, come, come. Come, come, come. That's good enough. Okay, good. He came towards the door. I'm standing in the doorway with it open. See my foot? Door's open. And he's looking at me. That's good enough. That's a 3-minute, 20-second video. That is lesson number 2. Good luck. Lesson number 3. Just to reward the dog with fun. Let the dog be a dog, so that he ends his training session and exercise session with associating you with love and joy. Everything is positive. Everything is positive. No negative reinforcement. So we're going to walk. I'm just going to let him be a dog. Let him follow me and just give him, come, just treats, just for being around me, just for liking me and coming to me. Okay? The way that we can enhance that is to play hide and seek with the dog. That's a great way to get him to always seek you out. Okay? And it's fun at the same time. So I'm going to try to hide from him. Look. Sit. 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 Good boy. Look at me. It's all right. Look, look, look. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Yes. All right. When he finds me, I explode into joy. Make a big deal out of it. Just get very over enthusiastic. Yes. 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 Constantly try to get him lost and found by finding me. Okay? This way, it strengthens the bond between the owner and the dog. It gets him to come to you. Right? Once you get really good at this, you can take it outside bit by bit in short intervals. Do it in short intervals and get him to focus on you, even around distractions. You're going to go close to the elevator. Still making it fun here, but this is still training. So he's listening to the elevator right now, still looking at me. I'm just going to give him treats just for looking at me, not even asking anything. But only little bits, tiny, tiny, tiny little bits, like half rice grain sized bits. He's getting used to feeling the vibrations of the elevator through the floor and the sounds of everything else. Come, come, come. Come, come, come. Come, come, come. Sit. Look, look. Coco, Coco, look, sit. Good. So this concludes lesson number 3. Fun, fun, fun. Hide and go seek. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Good luck. Okay. Lesson number 4. Take it or leave it. Choose a side. Walking the dog. When you walk the dog, you choose a side that you want the dog to walk on. I'm training the dog to walk on my left side, which is a standard side for most everybody who's right-handed. And this is how we do it. Constant look at me, constant positive reinforcement. It's a combination of everything lessons 1 through 3, only this time on the leash. Close proximity. Look, look, look. Bailey. Oh, sorry, I said Bailey. Coco. 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 Coco, Coco, Coco. So you gotta get close if you want him to look, right? If he doesn't look while you're standing up, you're out of range. You gotta get down low. You gotta get down low. I know, not everyone's gonna be able to bend down, but you gotta get down low. If he doesn't respond, you're out of range. You're too far away. You gotta get close. You gotta get close. That's how dogs work and their attention span. It's got to be close. Say probably about 2 hand widths away from their nose. Come. Come. Good. So he's walking on my left side now. See, these are my feet. This is the dog. We're walking on the left side. You got to train in the hallway or in a place where there's almost no distraction. You can't do this outside. That's a step 2 type of thing. You got to do this indoors first till you get it perfect. Then do it outside in short little bursts, 5 minutes. That's it. This is a small dog. He's going to tire if you walk around with him for even just 5, maybe 10 minutes. Come, let's go. Then you walk around like this. We just made a right turn. Come. And he's walking on my left side. Come. Stop. I step on the leash if I want to put the parking brake on so he doesn't run away. This is important. Step on the leash. That puts the parking brake on. And we stop. Go back to basics. Look. Sit. Come on. That's it. Look. Yes. Good boy. And when he does really well, I give him what I call a windfall, which is a jackpot reward of multiple treats. I break it up in my hand and I really let him mow down so he knows that he's done something really, really well. Okay? That's lesson number 4. Walk on the left side. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Good luck. Practical tip. Get a Kong. This is a Kong. Fill the Kong with veterinarian-approved soft treats. Okay? I'm using Milk-Bone soft treats here. Put them in the Kong. Place the Kong wherever you want, like in his bed. It will force the dog to get smarter by trying to get the food out of the Kong. It'll keep the dog busy, keep the dog out of your hair for as long as it takes for him to get it out. So maybe 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, maybe half an hour, who knows, I don't know. But jam the food in there. This forces the dog to get smarter. The same way that you would have to work out a crossword puzzle, the same way that you'd have to play chess, think outside the box, some kind of strategy. It forces the dog to figure it out. And forcing a dog to figure something out in a non-intrusive way makes dogs smarter. So I would suggest you do this multiple times in a day, as much time as you need to keep the dog out of your hair, and it's very beneficial to the dog. Okay? So that's practical tip 1. Good luck. Practical tip number 2 with potty training. Limit access and get the pee-pee pad smelling like pee-pee. So if you limit his access, keep the leash on and tie him up a little bit. It sounds like it's mean, but it actually teaches him that the area that he is living in or staying in is not to be peed or pooed directly. So he will not pee or poo in here, most likely, because he's in it. That's okay, Bailey. Don't worry. Relax. Right? But we're restricting his access. If I let him go, he will think that the whole area, the whole house, is his bathroom to go pee-pee or poo-poo in. And if you don't clean it up, if you miss a piece of poo-poo or pee-pee and you can't smell it or you can't whatever, he will think the whole house is his bathroom. And it will take forever to undo mistakes. You've got to not make the mistakes in the first place. So I close this door, I close that door, I close this door, I close every door, this door. I can leave this open, that's something else. The back door, that's closed. And I keep him on the leash. Every once in a while, I let him have a little more leeway once he shows that he can handle himself, all right? So that is restriction. The other part of the tip is pee-pee pads. If the pee-pee pads do not smell, Bailey, shh, relax. If the pee-pee pads do not smell like pee-pee or poo-poo, he will not go on them. So once he makes a pee-pee or poo-poo on the ground, let's say he pee-peed here, you take the pad, give it a rub, give it a dip. I know it's disgusting, but it's about what's best for the dog, not about what's best for anybody else when we're talking about the dog. Opening this back up. Once it smells like pee-pee, it's a signpost, like a bathroom sign for us that we use with our eyes. We see a bathroom sign, we know that inside is a bathroom. He smells the pee-pee, he knows that that's a bathroom because it smells that way, right? So don't throw out the pee-pee pads right away. Keep them for a little while. Keep the pee-pee on the pads for a little while and then change them. Before you change the pee-pee pad, rub a new pee-pee pad into the pee-pee of the older one, and then you can switch the two, okay? So that's practical tip number 2 with this. So recap. Keep the dog on the leash, restrict his movement. Gradually open up his access to the house. Gradually, once you see that he's not peeing and pooing much, he's going to make mistakes, you got to take a step back. And that the pee-pee pads need to smell like pee. Okay? All right, so that's it. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Practical tip number 2. Practical tip number 3. All right, getting the dog in his home. So he needs to understand that he can come and go as he pleases. I'm leaving the door open. He's in his little tent right here. Okay? This is Bailey distracting me, but I'm going to try and pay attention to you. So I'll just put the Kong in his home. It's as simple as that. Put the Kong in his home, put the food in the Kong. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then just hang out with him. I'm keeping him on the leash, and let him come and go as he pleases. That's it. I'm not covering it up. I'm not trying to restrict the light. Nothing. Just let him explore this place as long as he wants, and he will start to get used to coming in and out on his own. If you want to accelerate the process, you're gonna have to bend down for this, which sucks. But there you go. Take him out. Put him back in by using the Kong. Stay back, Bailey. And that's it. All right. Quick hint about Coco. So far, I've noticed that he does not like to be held for more than a minute. That may have been different in the past, may be different in the future, but I have noticed he does not like to be held. So this is more of a hint for kids. He does not like to be held. I say this because he looks like a toy. You're gonna wanna go, aww, and all that stuff. He is not a toy. He's a living thing. So he will not, right now, enjoy being held for more than a minute, especially if he hasn't been exercised, right? So you gotta pay attention for any non-owners out there, anyone who does not own this dog. If you want to hold him, don't hold him for fun. I don't advise it, because he will scurry free and he will fall. And when he falls, it's a long way down for a 4-pound dog, okay? So I would suggest, if you are not the owner of this dog, do not hold this dog for very long. Besides, he learns more when he's on the ground and exercising and moving, okay? That's it, so good luck. Another quick hint, I've lost count. Puppy biting. Puppy biting is inevitable. He is teething, like every human being that has ever teethed and ever will teeth. He is teething. He needs to chew. He's going to bite you. So don't be surprised if he bites you. Don't get mad at him for it. Don't yell at him. Don't use, remember, go back to lesson number 1. Positive reinforcement only. If you don't like it, look. That's it. That's it. You get his attention in a positive way, and then say, yes, good boy. Use the Kong. Get him to chew the Kong. Right now, look, there's nothing in there anymore. He's already eaten everything. I could fill it up again and give it to him. If you want to use peanut butter, people like to use that, but peanut butter is fattening. You can do that if you want. You want to keep the dog fit so it lives as long as possible and it's easier to train. So fill it up with dog-approved soft treats. I'm talking about the Kong now, and then use the Kong, not your hand, to get him to bite. All right, you want him to bite, and you also want him to learn some control over how hard he bites. So another way to do that is to pretend that you're hurt. Dogs respond to the sound of pain, even if it comes from another species. So, in other words, if I go like this, ow, 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 he'll stop. Right? Let's try it again. Ow, ow, ow. Look. Ow, 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 ow. He'll stop for a second, and then he'll go back again. Ow, 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 ow. Right? And then I don't say anything when he bites the Kong. It's okay for him to bite the Kong, but not okay to bite me. Not hard, anyway. Sit down. Sit down. The longer you let him bite your hand, the higher the probability he will bite you. So just use that sound. Ow, 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 ow. Like that. Okay? Ow, 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 ow. See? It works. All right, quick hint for this dog. When the dog gets hyper, like that, just don't react. Let him calm down on his own. Use a soft voice. Don't yell back. You'll just ramp up the dog some more. So when the dogs feed off your vibes. If you're calm, the dog is calm. If you're excited, the dog's excited. If you're angry, the dog is angry. He only amplifies how you feel, right? So don't try to overpower the dog with language, yelling at him and all that. I could show that to you what it looks like, but I don't want to terrorize the dog. Just relax. Watch. Use his name. Coco. Relax. Now I know you're laughing. I know you're laughing right now, but Rome wasn't built in a day. You got to work at it. Coco. Relax. 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 I'm holding back Bailey with my left hand here. Come here. Yeah. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Let's try it again. Perfect opportunity. Here. Look, look, look. Look, look, look. Another thing you can do, and I encourage you to do it, is to exercise the dog. He's probably this way because he hasn't been exercised enough. Probably over enthused because he hasn't been exercised enough. And if he's not exercised enough, he's not calm enough. And if he's not calm enough, he will not be susceptible to training. So another cure-all is exercise first, positive reinforcement all the time. Ow, ow, ow. So let's exercise him, okay? My talking softly didn't work. Not fully. Maybe he needs something else. Let's get him to drink. Come, drink some water. Drink some water. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, very good. Very good. Okay, come on, come with me. Come, come, come. Come, come, come. That's it. Coco, Coco, look, 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 look. Good boy. Very good. Good. Another thing is I don't always have treats with me. So when I don't have treats, massages under the chin work really, really well on dogs. It's a nice place that they like to be touched around their chin. They really, really like that. So you can do that. Like that. Next quick tip is on feeding. This information is based on the answers that come from my questions from a veterinarian. I'm not making it up. All right, the vet says, by the way, so the vet says don't feed in one big bowl and let the dog figure it out. The vet recommends daily feeding recommendations, as I'm going to point out right here, and follow those instructions and feed the dog twice a day, okay? So here's what it is. So I'm looking at the back of the dog food. This is dog food that has ingredients that I can pronounce and that are real. No grain, no flour, things like that, right? All right. Always ask your vet, by the way, for recommended food if you're not sure. I'm looking at it here. The dog is about 5 pounds and the dog is 6 to 11 weeks. It gives you a minimum and a maximum value here. So for the day you get a third or a half, that's a max and a min value, cup of food. When you go to the vet, they will give you a cup that looks like this so that you can measure the food. Now, how do I know how heavy the dog is? The dog is about 5.6 pounds because I have taken my own weight and then I hold the dog for the second time I take my weight holding the dog and take the difference between the two. That's how I know how heavy the dog is. The dog is 5.6 pounds. So you should be checking as the dog gets heavier and bigger to see how much to feed the dog. Another thing the veterinarian says is the quality of the poop tells you the quality of the dog on the inside of the dog. You can't see every problem on the outside, right? So there's a scale of 1 to 5. The quality of the poop needs to be about a 3. So not too soft, not too hard. That is 3. Either side of the scale of the 5 or 1 is too soft or too hard, right? So the dog should be having 2 bowel movements a day. That's also recommended by the vet. If the dog's having too many bowel movements, you're overfeeding. If they're not, then you're underfeeding. That's a good marker. Another thing is the quality of the urine of the dog. If the dog's urine is very dark, then the dog is not drinking enough, especially if it smells. And if the opposite happens, then that's good. Then you are hydrating the dog properly, okay? Final quick tip. So this is the result of training and exercising Coco. We're just 10 minutes out of all the video stuff that I've shown you, and now he's sleeping. So this is good. This is very good. We want the dog nice and tired. So if you're thinking that he's not going to sleep because he's sleeping during the day, just exercise him again and he'll fall asleep again. In fact, I suggest that you do that multiple times during the day while he's a baby, and especially before you go to bed so that he sleeps. He's going to cry and scream like every dog does, getting used to the crate. Here's another thing, I just thought of it, is that when we put him down for the evening, okay, I mentioned earlier on that I leave this open so he can come and go. I'm going to talk about sleeping for a second now. So sleeping in the tent sounds very mean. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we lock him up. We lock him up so that he cannot have free reign and pee and poo all over the place like in previous quick tips. Put him in here with the Kong. I take this out. This is his pillow, otherwise he'll pee and poo on it. And I replace it with his multiple pee-pee pads so that he pees and poos on the pad. I also put a few towels in here too in order to make the living area smaller so that all he can do is just move around in this section right here. And as he gets bigger, I'll pull out more. I would pull out more if I had him in the months to come in order so he'd get more space. If you don't do that, he will pee in one little area and think that it's okay to pee in his home, and then you will potty train him for months and months and months and months and months, and it will take longer and longer and longer. So these are improvements I've made with him since training Bailey. So that's my take on it. I'll also put towels on top here because this is perforated here in order to make it nice and quiet. Expect him to scream, yell, all kinds of things, and about every 3 hours I will get up and I will let him out to pee. So yes, you got to do it at midnight. Yes, you got to do it around 2 to 3 a.m. Yes, you got to do that at maybe 6 a.m. Yes, you got to do that at 11 p.m. Yes, 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 you got to do all of that stuff and continuously get up and help the dog. Don't let the dog scream for more than, I would say, maybe an hour and a half. Or anything like that, but he's got to get that crate time. If he doesn't get the crate time, then it'll just take way longer to train him pee and poo all over the place, and your house will stink like pee and poo, and you're gonna miss some of it. You're gonna miss some pee and poo, and then you've got a new problem. He'll just think that your house is a bathroom. So that is another piece of advice. Not trying to tell you what to do. That's just from experience alone. Okay. Another thing is I mentioned in my other previous videos of exercising the dog. If you cannot run, if you cannot move, if you cannot all that, the easy way to do that without running in the hallway like I was doing is to use a toy. There's two ways to do it. One is to get a ball. You throw the ball down the hallway. He gets it or he doesn't get it. You gotta rub food on the ball. Otherwise he will not be interested in that ball. So rub high valued treats, little tiny treats that stink of pure beef or chicken or liver, right? And put that in there and throw it down the hall. Don't use a Kong to throw it down the hall. It'll go crazy, knock against people's doors, and they will complain. You won't be able to use the hallway anymore. Use a small ball and fill up that ball with treats, okay? So there you go. The ball's got to smell like treats. Run it down the hall. That way you don't have to run, okay? Second thing is, in the house, you're not going to be able to, you may not be able to throw a ball, or you can, but another way to reinforce the dog in a positive way is tug of war. Every dog loves tug of war. Let the dog tug of war something with you, like this. You make it interesting. This is when he's awake, and you pull on it, give him 10 or 15% resistance, and then you let him have it. And then you do it again, and you let him have it. Builds up confidence, and tug of war will put you in this dog's will. That is a joke. That means that the dog will love you so much when you play tug of war with him, he will want to interact with you, and that's what you want. You want lots and lots of interaction, uninterrupted by anything else in your life or in his life, just the two of you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tip. Good luck. Okay, welcome back again. We are almost done. Just checking now for any wax in the ears. Looks pretty good so far in that ear. Bailey's barking because our Thai food is at the door. And I think we're good to go. I think we are done here. What do you think, huh? Okay, so let's do a little post rinse. I know. Here you go. Such a good boy. All right. We're done. We're done. And you're so good. All right. Towel time. Okay. Oh, yeah. Here. Do you want some num-num? Here. This is what we call num-num. job. Excellent first bath time. Yeah. Okay. All right. You want to say bye-bye to the people? You want to say bye-bye, Coco? Okay. Let's say bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. See you.